My name is Sydney Hawthorne, and I'm a student here at Western Kentucky University. I am a junior, and I'm studying psychology with hopes to go on to graduate school for school psychology once I get my bachelor's degree. I am making this video because I am involved in the Hilltoppers for Christ campus ministry, and I wrote a blog post for their website a couple weeks ago. The blog post that I wrote was dedicated to control. Wanting to have control in different aspects of your life that you don't feel like you have control in. And I picked this topic because it is something I personally struggle with and have struggled with for a really long time. And I wanted to kind of bring light on the situation to normalize it in a way. When I was younger, I thought it was just an issue that I had with change. I thought that I just struggled with change. I was the kid that didn't really get super excited about moving up in school because it was a new school, new people, different schedule, change. You know, I didn't like change. After I got older, I started kind of dissecting and looking at when I was struggling the most about a certain change that was happening in my life, and I realized that it wasn't necessarily the change itself. It was the lack of control that I had about the change that was going on in my life. And once I realized that, it was kind of a slap in the face because, like, obviously I know I can't be in control of everything, and it's not so much that I want to be in control of other people, it's that I want to be in complete control of my life and the different things that happen in the world that affects me in my life. But I've come to the realization that I'm not in control, and that God is in control of my life and everything that affects my life, and He's in control for a reason, and I am not in control for that exact same reason. So when I was writing this blog post, I kind of talked about all the things that I struggled with when I was growing up and the things that I still struggle with, and then kind of the epiphany that I had that, hey, you're not supposed to be in control, and that's okay. So I kind of want to take time in this video to talk about the scripture that I posted at the very last of my blog post. My blog post didn't really go into that scripture very much, and because this video is supposed to kind of correlate to the blog post, I figured I could kind of dive into that scripture, why I like that scripture, and kind of how it helps me when I'm feeling very anxious about something that I'm not in control of. I posted like 3 small passages of scripture at the bottom of my blog post, but I really only want to dive into one, and that is Proverbs 16:1-3. Proverbs 16:1-3 says, "To humans belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the proper answer of the tongue. All a person's ways seem pure to them, but motives are weighed by the Lord. Commit your activities to the Lord in all you do, and He will establish your plans." So, this scripture is like one of my favorite passages of scripture because I struggle so much with the need for control. And I mean, I can go on and on about all the different things that I think influence the reason why I struggle with control, but ultimately, it doesn't matter because I'm not in control, and I've come to terms with that. The Lord is in control, and He's in control for a good reason, and that's what this passage kind of says to me. This passage says that, like, or the way that I take this passage is that it's okay to want to be in control. It's okay to feel like you need to be in control, but it's not okay to hold on to that control. When we're feeling that we need control or we're anxious because we have a lack of control, it's time to give up that control, to relinquish that control to God. And once you do that, He will help you through what you're struggling with. And I just think that is such a cool thing that that's written in scripture because I struggle so much with it. So I hope that this video and my blog post kind of shed light onto the fact that control is probably an issue for more people than what you think it is, and it might come in the shape of different things. For me, I just thought I didn't like change. I thought I was stubborn, I didn't like change, but really it was the fact that I didn't like not being in control of the change. And so when I read Proverbs 16:1-3, it kind of gives me a sense of peace. It makes me feel secure, and it kind of helps alleviate the anxieties I have with not being in control. So I hope that that scripture helps you or anybody who is struggling with control. And yeah, I hope that I could help.